Hello everyone, this is CJ over 92 and today we are back with another episode of the Spfl show. That's right, after 20 days we are finally back in town and unfortunately Celtic drop points, so Ryan Mummoney isn't here once again. Consistency for Ryan, that's the only consistent thing recently coming out of that camp. But as you can see, it's just me and the sharpdiv channel div.
What's happening, troops? The most important members of the SPFL show made it today, so that's all that matters.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Win, lose, or draw, we're here every week, mate.
That's the truth. That's it.
That timer. And see in a couple of weeks' time, if he's been all smug and everything like that, depending on how things go, just remember that we've been here every single week, and he just vanishes. You know what I mean? Just remember that.
We follow on. We follow on. That's it.
That's unlike that fucking lazy bass. Did I get me annoyed? Right, I'm just starting to get heated up. It's too hot in here. We've already discussed it, and there's genuinely a ridiculous show to talk about. We've got the Battle of the Bastards. We've got Aberdeen versus Kilmarnock. It's a Game of Thrones reference. He's gonna get that. A couple other great games as well. So I'll let you decide, mate. As it's just us two. What game would you like to speak about first?
The first game that I'd like to touch on, we'll get it out of the way first, is St Johnstone versus Dundee.
I'm fucked, and I picked what was it? St Mirren to go down, and then you picked Dundee and everything to go up and above them.
I know. It swings and roundabouts. It looks now that Dundee, I think they're dead and buried. You know.
So you were right. That's what you're saying. Is that what you're saying, Div?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, mate. I was right. You were wrong. And yeah, it was pretty easy for St Johnstone. St Johnstone had a number of chances. And you know it's a bad day when St Johnstone are getting a couple of goals. I know that St Johnstone go through their spells, but they're doing really well, and then they go through a really bad period as well. But right now they weren't having the best of form, so like just to be Barrow, like just the amount of chances that St Johnstone had was scary. It just shows how bad Dundee actually are, and just get a couple of goals, and that was it really. Dundee never put up anything, and I think that's just they're going down now.
Yeah, it looks like my prediction. I was hanging in tight there with St Mirren at the turn of you and Hamill and everything back, but Dundee, mate, you were right all along. That's their 8th consecutive loss. 8th.
I know.
How'd you lose 8 in a row?
And they're in the split now as well, so they're playing against teams that they should be having a fighting, not even beating, just having that fighting chance against. So to be beaten just so easily just goes to show that they probably don't have the belief or the ability to play at this level anymore.
Dare you say down tools? Because they didn't look like they were really fighting, was it? Did you see enough of them?
I think that's just confidence. I mean, they've been the whipping boys for most of the league. Yeah. Apart from Rangers that one day.
I think
that Glenn Kamara was the difference that day, you know? So it just goes to show how much I miss he's been. He was a big player for Dundee. And although they weren't still the greatest way him, to lose, I think, a player of his calibre, and he's shown how good he is when he's came out of the Rangers. They're paying for that in a sense. They could have had him to the end of the season as well. So
could have been him, but they decided to bench him and put in the reserves and force him out the door for 50k. Jesus. I know on the St Johnstone side, I was really impressed with Kennedy out in the wing. I don't know if you noticed, but every single chance that St Johnstone done, it was his speed, it was his pace, trickery, and it looks like he's just playing with so much confidence. I know he probably should have scored near the end, but I thought he created so much, and he was my man of the match in the game. And the last thing we also need to say is Callum Hendry scored the second goal. Big Colin's son, you know what I mean? A big header. His dad would have been proud of. So yeah, it's a crazy day when St Johnstone's scoring a couple of goals, and it wouldn't have been Kane. See that Kane boy? How many chances is that guy going to miss every single week, Div? What is happening with that boy?
I know, just time after time, isn't it?
You see that he didn't miss in the first half as well?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I need to fix that.
But and you're playing against the Whitton boys as well. Like that's the chance. That should be a striker dream. Aye. So like a striker that's gone through a bad period should be going into that game saying, right, I'll get myself a couple of goals and kick on for this. So just keep missing chances. It is worrying, and that is an area where St Johnstone, I think, do really need to strengthen it. They need somebody there that can put in the chances, because guys like Mr. Kennedy, like you have mentioned, yes, when they went through that amazing form, he was a standout for me. And he was a different type of player that St Johnstone usually have. Usually they're just like rugged and they try and get the job done, but he's technical, he's got a bit of speed, bit of skill, and gets a few goals here and there as well. So I think they need to improve on the striker area next season if they want to try and make top 6 or something.
Yeah, Couldn't agree more, mate. It was a good win for St Johnstone as well, putting a couple of bad results away. I know it's against Dundee, but you still need to turn up and actually beat the team that's in front of you. So I'm sure they'll be delighted. Now let's move on, and we're gonna do this one first because I was waiting for Gogsy to be here. Unfortunately, he couldn't really make it. So let's just get the derby. You know what I mean? The fierce derby that he had been talking up, saying this was going to be fireworks. He says, "Watch this, CJ. I'll be on the show. This is going to be a mental game." Hamilton versus Motherwell, and it wasn't. It was exact opposite. Finished 1-1.
So Gogsy doesn't turn up either when his team drop points.
There you are. Consistency.
What's going on for the rest of the SPFL boys? Maybe we need to start looking further afield for people for other teams. I mean, who's out there? Get involved in the comments. Like, who can we replace them for? Interviews start tomorrow, CJ.
That's it. We need people. We need people that's going to turn up when their teams drop points because it's getting weird out here. You know what I mean?
It's getting frisky, mate.
It is. To be fair, though, to actually break down the game, Motherwell did hit the bar 3 times, and they really should have had that game dead and buried. Before half time, they should have killed it off before half time.
Yeah.
But they didn't take their chances. The only thing we will say is who got their goal. Turnbull won 5 of their Player of the Year awards. 5.
I know.
That guy's just. I know you and Gogs and you and even Ryan spoke about him a couple of weeks ago, and now that he's been pointed out more to me, I'm paying more attention to him. He's a brilliant player, isn't he? Jesus Christ.
He's definitely one of, if not Scotland's best young player at the moment of his age. I think he's 20, 21, out of all the rest. Like, at that age, he's an absolute standout. And he went through a period, I think it was just maybe turn of the year or just before, where he was banging in goals as well. Mm-hmm. And that's where he kind of caught my eye, because it is hard to keep up with all these players and see exactly. So that's why it would help for guys like Gogsy to be here to give you just that wee insight. He's seen them week in, week out. Where are you, Gogsy? Where fucking are you, son? David Turnbull for me is a top prospect, and it was a good finish. It was hard to see like the angle, whether he was like maybe offside or a foul, but there was no complaints. So I'm just guessing that it was a perfectly fine goal.
Yeah, you can sort of always tell by the defender's reaction. The fact that he just puts his head down, he doesn't claim for a foul or anything. He kens that he's just maybe been outstrengthed or even just outworked because of his movement and behind him. The defender puts his head down right away. I'm sure it's a decent bit. Let's talk about the Hamilton equaliser. Because
just before we go into the Hamilton equaliser, obviously when the boy went down just to add to it, he wasn't holding any his legs or anything like that. So he just got up and got on with it. So you could tell straight away that he hadn't been hurt or anything, so he just got on with it.
We're going to call back to this, so remember this moment. We're going to call back to it later. But the way that Hamilton actually equalised, I mean, we've seen a bad pass back in recent weeks, but this one, holy shit, the beds. Yeah. I mean, you're in complete control of the game. You're winning against your rivals. Mm-hmm. I didn't understand why he's hit it so soft. Like, what was he doing?
I don't know what goes through players' heads when they do that. Do you know what I mean? It's hard to get in there, you know?
It is indeed.
It's like, wait to get. I think it's just an element of losing concentration. I think that's what it is. Lose concentration, and they're in control, they're comfortable, just lazily tries to pass it back. And credit the striker, he takes a good first touch and it's an easy finish in the end from him, but absolutely dreadful from the Motherwell number, I don't know what.
14 was it? I think it was 14 or something like that.
I remember he was bald.
Yeah. The fact is that he made that mistake, right? And then a minute later, Hamilton kick a ball. He should just run and clear that. He then miskicks it, and Hamilton almost scored for him again. That mistake clearly affected him, and they attacked him for the rest of the game. And if you're a Hamilton fan, you could have nicked that then. You had a couple of half chances that on another day, if you take, you end up winning your overall derby. But that player, just his confidence looked dead and buried. That was awful.
It was awful. Another thing that I noticed in the game, I think there's a lot of teams in the league that I'm looking at their away supports and I'm thinking stinking. Like, you could do a lot better. And I thought Motherwell took a really good away support, a good number. So credit to Motherwell for that. Obviously, it's a big game for them as well, but it looked like the full stand was full. Obviously, it's not a massive stand, but I'm tired of just seeing clubs in Scotland just put out attendances that are rotten and away supports that are rotten. And it was good to see that. It was good to see a full stand of away supporters.
I couldn't agree with Mary, mate. And the other thing we will say is on the I don't know if you see what I tweeted out, but 20 minutes ago, a Hamilton fan, see the way like the ground set up, talking about the fans and everything like that. he was sitting on the hill with a blue plastic bag with a couple of beers, just sitting watching the game. Just to keep, he was like, I could buy a ticket or I could buy a couple of beers and just combine them. He just sat there and watched the full game drinking beers. The guy is just an absolute meme right now, but I love him to death. So shout out to that guy. The fact that he just, I bet he went to the ground ready to watch the game. You can't come in with any tins, mate. He's like, well, I'm not fucking coming in then. I'll just sit on the hill.
Magic, man. I know. That's just Scottish football, in it, in a nutshell there as well. Just guys, like you can sit in a hill and watch the game. What the hell, man?
I mean, you've probably got a better, like you're in the sun, you're having fun, a perfect angle of the ground. You
can just take a piss wherever you want. Like
that's it.
That's it, mate.
It's beautiful. But anyway, I'll go back to you, mate. You can pick the next game.
Let's now touch on. Oh, should we just dive into it? Will we go for it? Kelly versus Aberdeen. Why don't we get right into it? The game finished 1-0 to Aberdeen. McKenna with a header. Not an awful lot of chances in the matchup, but there was a whole lot of action. 3 red cards for Kilmarnock. Steve Clarke had a lot of words to say after the match towards referee Steve McLean. If you don't know, fun fact, his dad used to play for Kilmarnock.
Did he? I never knew that, mate.
No, there you go. Fun fact. There you go.
There we are.
That's me. I just hand out facts, mate. That's it.
Left, right, centre.
Used to play for Kilmarnock, and Steve Clarke had a theory that McLean tries to overcompensate and results in him giving really, really bad decisions against Kilmarnock. And to be honest with him, I don't think he has a leg to stand on. Honestly, Clarke, in this instance. The Broadfoot one for me is a red. Yeah. We know that Broadfoot's got that in him. He's got that.
He's a dirty bastard.
Right? He's a dirty, cheating bastard. He kicks Lewis in the head. Red card for me. It's worse than the Arfield one that was a red card at Hearts.
When we scored the goalie.
Yes.
I love that. I love that line.
Worrell should have did that fucking a couple of weeks ago. But we're not talking about that. The Findlay one, it's obviously a second yellow card.
Yep. Didn't get the ball though.
For me, it's a definite second yellow. So that's a red. The only one that they could maybe pull back and rescind, possibly, is the last one. But by that time, you're down to 9 men already. And there's obviously a kick out there. I think it's just a bit of petulance. A yellow card would have been good enough for me, in my opinion. I don't think it was a red card. But the first two, for me, is a red card. And I don't think there's much argument that you can give in that one.
No, it's mad. Like, see, when I was writing down my notes, I went, it all kind of starts off like one of Steve Clarke's biggest arguments as well is that Cosgrove should have been sent off for elbowing a boy in the face.
Right, I can give him that.
I've seen Cosgrove do that a lot. He gets away with it every single time. He's done it about 4 times against Rain. I can understand that frustration. This one, to be fair, he doesn't even look. The one time he doesn't look, right? You've got.
He doesn't even elbow him.
He doesn't. Like, you know what I mean?
He plays for it, the boy. But then, obviously, going on for that, he's on a yellow. Should have probably get sent off.
Yeah.
He
did that stupid challenge as well.
He did a stupid challenge, and then with the Findlay incident, it was tit for tat, so probably should have got a second yellow for that. But the initial incident, I think that the Kilmarnock defender played for that.
Yeah, he's holding his face and all that pish.
Aye, just fucking acting it basically, and a lot of mince that. But he's got a point in that, but he doesn't have a leg to stand on for the first 2 red cards. I don't think.
No, it's frightening because this is the way it breaks. Then I says free kick given for Cosgrove. It should have been a second yellow card for that stupid challenge. Then in the same free kick, Cosgrove then gets involved with Findlay and they're wrestling with each other. And then when the referee looks at Cosgrove, he throws himself onto the ground, just trying to get the other guy sent off. Then they retake that again, and then that's when Kurt Broadfoot gets sent off. See that like minute spell of these free kicks and all the incidents? It was nuts. And you saw Clarke going absolutely batshit at the, just having a meltdown at the sidelines. But my God, mate, I've tried to look at all the incidences and I'm not being biased or anything like that. Genuinely, I didn't get what he's complaining about. Genuinely, apart from the last one you said where it looks like the both of them kind of make like a kind of movement towards each other. Should have been a red, probably no, but that's maybe it. But the inmates talking about McKenzie saying he got the ball first, he never, not even close to getting the ball.
Nowhere near it, man. Nowhere near it. For me, it's just deflection tactics, trying to take away from
he's done that before, hasn't he?
Just a couple of times. Just try to take away from the no very good performance. Obviously, they were down to, was it 8 men in the end? 9?
8 men,
8 men, 3 reds.
Like, now they're going to fill the 3 stands they got in the last game of the season now. All the players are there.
Definitely. 100% they will. But yeah, it doesn't have a leg to stand on for me, CJ.
No, the last thing that we will have to obviously talk about as well, because it's all, we're having obviously fun, but we really do believe that Clarke hasn't got a lot to say. The thing that he went on too far, because I think we've all complained about referees. We've done it on the show ourselves, talking about how bad they are. But the level of detail that Clarke went in, I just thought was just unacceptable. You talk about the guy, the referee, being took off the FIFA's register, saying that he regress, like he's regressed as a referee. That's why he's been took off that's just disgusting. And then to go and talk about his dad and say that he's trying to overcompensate, for me, it was honestly disgusting. You can moan about refs, call them shite, but to go into that level of detail to embarrass someone, fuck me. Like, that was bad.
I think it was too far. I know he says that he's had these words privately. He spoke to people, asked them not to referee any more Kilmarnock games. That's just not feasible. You can't decide who referees your games. That's up to the governing body that does that. I think he has overstepped the mark. Fully expecting Clarke now to get a ban in his next match.
That was going to be my next question, because Steven Gerrard got banned for one match because of an off-the-cuff, one single word that he said towards a referee. That guy made a 3-minute comedy roast, Evie McLean. How's the SFA? Are they going to still put him up on a pedestal? Because let's be fair, they've created this monster. They've kissed his arse since he's came in and covered him and gave him press conferences when other guys get sent off. Like, they've built him into this and made him feel untouchable. That's why he's asking like that. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what punishment's given, because if one single word gets you sent off for one game, what is a 3-minute fucking talking about the guy's father and saying, basically saying that he's corrupt?
He's career as well.
Fucking Jesus. I mean, I want to ask the chat, what would you do? How many games banned do you think it's going to be? Do you think it's going to be just a fine, or do you think he's going to get away with it? Me personally, I think they'll give him a very, very light sentence. I don't think he'll get banned because they obviously want him to be the Scotland manager. I think they'll suck up his arse again. What would you do?
I know, that's a good argument that you've made there. I think that he should be banned. I think it is unacceptable, but I think he will get a late one as well. Just a one match or something like that.
That'd be mental.
I know.
For that.
I don't think it'll be getting over the top for the SFA because of that, just purely because of that, which in itself is like a bit mental.
Let's see what some of the people's actually said. Molly writes in a 3-game ban. Royal Neil 5-game banned. Jamie 1690 writes in he'll get away with it. It's obvious.
Mental, man.
If he does, that would be absolutely ridiculous. And the next one, Tony, and the last one we read out, sorry, comes from Tony Murray, writes in 0 due to him being the next Celtic manager. All right, I never knew I was going to say that. See, when I started reading that, honestly, I never knew that's what I was going to say at the end of it. Right. I should proofread, shouldn't I? I would be caught with that a couple of times. Right, let's move on to the next game then. And just talking about, from Tony's comment, let's jump over to Celtic versus Hibs then, shall we? It was Neil Lennon obviously going back against Hibernian. I obviously finished 0-0. Now, on the chances side of things, it was actually a pretty good game, like balanced. You might say 0-0, it must be boring. But no, I thought Scott Bain made a couple of good saves, even though Kambiri in the second half should have finished one. It was brutal, the miss. But Marciano, or Rocky, or they actually call him, just like my dog. Save after save after save. Like the one-handed save he made for a free kick. The one late on the game when Edouard has the shot. Fantastic goalkeeping performance. But unfortunately, we can't just talk about the football. Annoyingly, Div, because there was 3 or 4 incidents that's not been picked up by Sports Scene. They've just ignored it completely. So I feel like this is probably where it's going to go, because we're trying to be fair. I mean, I came on here when Sadiq dived against Aberdeen and I rinsed them fucking rotten. You know what I mean?
Yeah, same.
Do you remember? I was really pissed off that day. So to be fair, if you've not actually seen incidents, they're all on my Twitter. I've retweeted them and everything like that. The first one, Johnny Hayes in the first half is running through. He cuts inside the box. He then throws himself to the ground and kicks his leg into the defender, rolls about for a minute. The referee sees it, goes like that, but then doesn't book him. Surely if it's not a penalty, it's booking. Anyway, going for there. In the same half, Scott Brown, exact same movement. Clearly they've worked on it. You know what I mean? They're trying to con the ref. He does the exact same thing, turns, throws himself at the ground, kicks the leg. Now, the thing that annoyed me about Brown is the referee then goes no, and then Brown then rolls about for the next minute or two, pretending that he's hurt when you can clearly see that he isn't. And it really, really annoyed me, the fact that the referee never booked him. I know some Hibs fans were actually being nice to me for once. So thanks. On Twitter, they were saying, CJ, please talk about this. So I've seen the videos. Thank you for sending them in. And the last one we need to talk about is one I just sent you. Lustig trying to get a boy sent off. How bad's this?
I mean, very. It's the pinnacle, isn't it?
Oh, my sweet. Right, to explain if you've not seen it, it's a 50-50 challenge with, was it Mullen? I believe the Hibs player.
Stevie Mullen.
Sorry. Mullen and Lustig, they're going in for the ball. It's just a good old-fashioned 50-50. Lustig then goes in the ground and is going like this. Like, see that? Like, hang, oh, my leg's hurt. Bring the ref, trying to get the boy sent off. He's screaming out loud, holding his left leg. After about 15 seconds of doing that, no one's really gone to him because everyone sees what it is. He then looks up, shouts at the referee, shouts at the Hibs player. Then, when the referee turns around to look at him, he then grabs his right leg, forgetting it was the left one he was kidding on that was hurt. He then rolls about for another 30 seconds with his right leg. You know, it was the left one a minute ago. Now it's the right one. And then eventually gets given a foul because the referee did book the Hibs player. Then gets up and plays on. Fuck me. It's not even mentioned on Sports Scene at all.
I know, that was embarrassing. That one was absolutely dreadful. And the three incidents you could put down to try to con the referee.
100%.
So, to the Hibs fans and stuff, I wouldn't put too much blame onto the ref. So, in my opinion, it is inconsistent in a sense, but maybe for the first two, he maybe sees the contact because obviously there's contact, but in his mind, possibly he's thinking it's not enough for a penalty. So sometimes they do that as well. So if there is a bit of contact, it's not enough for a pen, they don't give the yellow. But for me, it was just three instances of just trying to con the referee against a good Hibs team in fine form. And another comment that just absolutely cracked me up. The game kicks off, and the new Hibs manager, they say before it, the other commentators, obviously two commentators that commentate the match. The actual commentator guy says that it's his first time since 1946. Of like as long away as that any Hibs manager has went his first 10 games in the league unbeaten. And which is a great achievement for the new manager, and he has changed the whole club and stuff. Only for Andy Walker to then turn around and go, well, to be honest though, he did inherit a really, really good squad from Neil Lennon. I mean,
I'm not even surprised, mate. Where were they with Lennon again?
You can't write it. You cannot write it. You know.
I did want to say one thing. Obviously, we were going to be asking these questions to Ryan and everything. We've obviously spoken in the group chat and everything, but he just doesn't turn up and we drop points. There's nothing we can do. We're not being biased or anything like that. The one thing I would like to point out is when Jermaine Defoe done something similar in terms of anticipating contact. What was it? Was it against Dundee?
Was it Kilmarnock?
I can't 100% remember.
It was 1-2.
Completely sorry, it slipped my mind. But what Defoe did is he anticipated the contact, went down, but then quickly got back up and tried to play on. It was then the referee that stopped.
It was Dundee.
Was it? So he anticipated the contact. There wasn't any. He dropped. He then got back up and tried to play on. The referee gave us a penalty. Scott Brown anticipated the contact, kicked the Hibs player, and then rolled the boot for 30 seconds, pretending he was hurt when he wasn't given the penalty. Now, the way the media has reported him, Defoe was on Sports Scene. They talked about a diving. Has it been cheat? Has he been clever? And they called him basically he was cheating. He's trying to con the referee. Sports Scene, Scott Brown incident, none. Not even a word about it. The actual commentary, by the way, said to him, I don't know what Scott Brown's doing there. It's called cheating. Start calling out and maybe it'll stop. That's all I've got to say about that. But yeah, that's a good performance from Hibs. They're stuck in deep. I really thought Celtic... I get slaughtered every week because I always pick them to drop points lately since Neil Lennon's came in and say, oh, you're just being biased. But they're not playing well. Ryan's messaged me, let me in everything that's gone wrong, and I'm just saying the show. You know what I mean? They're just playing poor.
They're not playing well at all, and I thought Hibs in the end up until stoppage time, Hibs were on the ascendancy. You spoke about the Canberra chance.
Yeah, massive.
He's got to finish that. Obviously, 100%. Bain makes the save in the end up, but and then towards the end, obviously, the Hibs goalie makes some really fucking good saves as well. Aye. But for just that chance for me was the easiest chance to score in the match, and I thought Canberra should have put it away. And another kind of wee point I wanted to touch on is just for Hibs fans, just to let us know as well, let us know your thoughts. Obviously, the new manager's come in and enforced a new philosophy, changed it up and stuff. He's got McNulty at the head. He's put out now in Canberra and sometimes Ollie Shaw out in the wings. I just personally think going forward, they'll need to get in a proper winger, you know, just to keep up the speed of play, because when it gets to the boy, I know he's done well, but just overall he slows it right down the wings. So just if there's any Hibs fans watching, just let us know your thoughts on that. If you think he's need a new winger, or Canberra can do it out wide for you.
The last thing, again, because we're not trying to be overly biased or anything like that, like Celtic's in the position that they're in. Now, there's a couple of questions, because there's some people like Ryan, 118, is not really, he thinks there's a problem with the players and Lennon, that some of the players aren't happy with Lennon's play style, and that's causing some friction on the field because they're awfully restricted. And then on the other side, some people saying they're just in holiday mode because they feel like they've won the league and they're just not turning up. In your opinion, Div, what one do you actually think it is?
I think it is more so down to the fact holiday mode and retreating back and not really probably taking on a lot of what Lennon's saying.
Right, okay.
I think I'll stick by 100%. I think that Lennon was really tactically naive versus Rangers and could have cost him the end against 10 men. But his teams generally, I mean, Ryan says this, are really high pressing and they get in your face generally, whereas the Rodgers team is more of a standoff, counter-attack, possession-based kind of, and maybe it's a conflict. So Lennon's telling them, fucking start running about, but they're not listening. I think there's an element of that, and so I no meshing with the new manager. I don't see him being at the helm past the end of the season.
I hope so.
I hope so. I do hope so. Considering the way that they're playing and stuff like that. But I think it's just a bit of both. A bit of both.
That's completely fair. What about you guys in the chat, whether you're Celtic fans, Rangers fans, whatever, you're watching the Spfl show, so let me know your opinions. Do you think it's holiday mode, or do you think there is a problem with the actual players and Neil Lennon, like Mr. 118 thinks? Right, let's move on to the next game, though. Sharpdiv, I'll let you pick, mate. Which one would you like?
It is the last game, isn't it?
No, there's two.
Is there two left?
Rangers and Livy.
Right, sorry, missed that one. Let's go. Let's talk about Livy Saints then. We'll keep the
this
Rangers
one
game. Yeah. No me, to be honest.
This one, shut me.
Obviously, it was 3-1 to St Mirren. Big fucking win for them. Gives them confidence. It puts some breathing space between them and Dundee. Obviously, it gives them more confidence, possibly getting into the playoff. They might even overtake Hamilton. So I'll throw that one in there. They get the win. I want to know your opinions, but CJ, because I think the Hawkett Red was really close. I had to watch it a number of times. I'm still undecided.
Yeah, that's the thing, mate. I've got that in my question. The first thing is red card. I don't know, from free replays, and I've watched it here, and it's like
me too. Me too. And sometimes I'm seeing him get that wee bit of contact with like his shin or something. And then it does definitely make contact with the player, but is it in the follow through? I'm not entirely sure, honestly.
I mean, that shows you how hard the job a referee is, that we've seen replays and we still didn't again. You know what I mean?
And obviously, Scottish football, man, you're fucking restricted to one view. It's like, can you just get a few cameras at least just to give that other view? A very, very big call from the referee. Obviously changed the game a lot. Livingston still went on to have a number of chances. And another thing I do want to highlight and give them a lot of credit for, we talk a lot about them being a set-piece team. That goal that Livingston scored,
beautiful.
Mate, an absolutely exquisite goal. If that's done in England, everybody's talking about it.
Oh, aye. It's getting the thumbs up.
It's getting all the likes and the retweets, and everybody's talking about it. What a goal from Livingston, but still, they did get pumped.
Yeah, it's real annoying for me, because I was really expecting Livingston, who I've been really took a shine to this season, because Kelly's there, Hawkett, you got Ryan Hardy, all the boys, and there's just been a good story. I really wanted them to do me a favour and beat St Mirren. I needed that, but the fuck, you know what I mean? I'm the arsehole of it, so I'm in last place now with the predictions. Thanks for that, Livy. You let me down. Am I raging? Aye, I'm raging. Shout out to God, love him. But we actually need to talk about the equaliser and make it 1-1. You've got to look at Craig Sybil. Obviously, we've talked about him in the positive in the last couple of weeks, and obviously the former Falkirk boy. It's such a weak challenge. You know what I mean? That should be his ball. He just gets absolutely bullied. Half-hearted challenge. The boy, I think Kelly would be disappointed overall his display. Obviously, the third goal as well, but shouldn't he be beat for that angle? And then from there, the game just kind of became St Mirren. They had chance after chance. Defender really started. The couple of defenders that were still on the field really bailed them out. And the third goal is just a ball straight at Kelly, and he just spills it, which is a real shame because he's had such a wonderful campaign. But he's had one of these performances earlier on in the season as well, but it's showing he's still young. Yeah, that's right, but he's spilled. So it shows that he's a very, very talented player, but there's still a wee bit of progress that needs to be made there. And yeah, I think that's only the second time all season where he's actually made mistakes that led to goals. So yeah, it was a disappointing result. I'm sure the Livingston fans will let us know in the comments or anything like that. But yeah, Kelly was a fair one because I like the guy.
Yeah, me too. It was it's been an outstanding season for him, breakthrough season. He's a player that a lot of players that played with him rate very, very highly.
Absolutely.
You see that consistently on social media, and he has had a breakthrough season, but that was just, he'll know himself that he's let himself down there, you know, and he'll be the first person to tell himself that as a howler. And yeah, but it was in the last 10 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
So Livy were just fighting resolutely just to try and get something for the match. And way 10 men, they had a number of chances in the first half, but obviously ran out of steam. And St Mirren took their chances. Big win for them.
Yeah.
Massive.
It was good to see the Jackson get a goal as well, because he's been slaughtered since that. He tried to chip a penalty, remember, and it got saved. It was murdered all by the press, and even some of the fans around Scottish football say, imagine doing that when your team needs you the most with a late penalty. So it was good to see him scoring on the goal, getting on the score sheet. Sorry, and actually give him a boost as well, because I felt kind of bad for him. Because I mean, if he gets that goal, everyone's saying, "Oh, silky, cool, composed finish." Imagine having the balls to chip that, but when you miss it, you're an arsehole.
I know. You know that's the fucking gamble that you take though with doing a Padenka, isn't it?
You should get. You fucking do them all the time.
Scored them, but
like I just go bottom left all the time. Now everyone knows and they get saved. See what they're doing. So yeah, great win for St Mirren, unfortunately for me, and it looks like you and Ryan's predictions coming true. But there is one other game to talk about, and that is going to be Rangers and Hearts. Now, obviously, Kenny talked about this in depth. I talked about it in my video, my recap. What did you actually think of the game, Dev? Let's see your opinion.
I thought we were great.
Yeah.
I thought we performed absolutely magnificently against a team now that we've beat convincingly every single time we've played them so far. Toughest game of the season against them was probably the first one in terms of chances, and we were prolific in that game. Like, we had a lot of chances, full of confidence, but we just battered them in that game as well. Craig Levein spoke about it at the start of the match, saying that they consistently keep losing early goals versus us. Never changed. What a pass from Glenn Kamara. Spoke about him earlier on.
He's an absolute jaguar, eh? He's just so silky, and it just...
Superb, man. Superb. Really looking forward to seeing how he plays next season after he gets a full pre-season under his belt.
I know some people are actually forgetting that he's not had that. Like, she was just thrown in. He hadn't played for 3 weeks because he was benched and made to train with the kids at Dundee because Rangers obviously signed a pre-year agreement. Then he just came right into the first team and he's been brilliant. I think every game, bar that one we got beat 2-0 versus Aberdeen where he made a one mistake, that's literally it. That's all I can think of. He's just been absolutely sensational. Something else we need to talk about just before that pass, John Flanagan's tackle though. That's a shithouse tackle, isn't it? That's a hello. No, Rangers' left back. I'm really starting to warm to the guy at left back. He's an old-fashioned just son of a bitch, isn't he? Just likes to fucking smash folk.
We'll see, but going forward after 10 games, man. That's something that I'm disappointed with overall, is the fact that we've not really held in that like solid 11.
Yeah. Oh no.
It's been fucking chopping and changing consistently. Left back, chopping and changing, centre back partnership, centre mids, wingers at times. That's something that we'll need to try and fucking hone in on next season, I think.
To back up what you're saying there, last week when I was doing my preview for, I think it was the first Motherwell game, Rangers had made 97 changes to the first team, which is by and far miles in front of everyone. I think it was like 17 or 18 changes away from the second place, which I believe was Hearts because of all the injuries they've had. We've been quite lucky with injuries this year. How the hell are we making that many changes? Talk about inconsistent Rangers. We've got an inconsistent 11. So, you know,
that's exactly it. But from the players, it is inconsistency.
Yeah.
It is. Alan McGregor spoke about it earlier, that's earlier on after we beat Celtic at the turn of the year. Consistency is what we're lacking, and it has obviously followed through. Yay.
Hey. So I just want to actually see the left back situation, because we've seen BB, we've seen Halliday, and now obviously John Flanagan's emerged after the last 4 games. For you, who is the number one Rangers left back? Not only am I asking Div, but I'm also asking the chat. Who is the number one left back at Rangers right now when all of them's fully fit, which they are now? Div, who's your number one?
I think on potential, actual ability, it's Borna Barisic, but I just think that his form has been bad. I don't know what it is with the guy. So for me, Andy Halliday, I'm going for him. I'm putting him in there. I think he's been consistent every game he's played for us, if that be at centre mid, left back, and even times he's been out the team for 3, 4, 5 games, he comes in and he's done a job. John Flanagan, although playing really well right now, had a good start to the season. When he was dreadful for a good few games. He was actually substituted twice at half time after Steven Gerrard. Not twice in the same fucking game. I mean,
that'd be impressive.
That'd have been fucking.
He's back on again. Fucking take him off again.
That'd have been a terrible performance. You're getting subbed twice. But for me, it is Andy Halliday. Barisic, though, I do think if he's playing at 100%, he is a left back.
The thing about, I'd like to somehow mesh like BB and Flanagan together, because you get the toughness that Flanagan's got and like the shithousery, just the absolute nail people. Then you've got BB's all talent and technical ability. He just needs to toughen up. I think Scottish football's took him a bit by the hang. He just needs to toughen up. And for me, Andy Halliday is just the utility man. He'll play anywhere. He'll happy play one game out of every 10, and he'll play like he's been picked every week. So if you're asking me who is our number one left back, I'd probably still say Halliday. But for right now, you can't take the jersey off Flanagan. He's good at the new, and his performances are, until he makes another mistake or puts on the timber like he did a couple of months into the Rangers career, you've got to drop him.
Most likely, I do think he'll play the rest of the season.
Well, Gerrard said that, hasn't he? He says he's there's been boys now that's came in here, it's never quite really settled, and now it's up to them when they are given a chance to show that they want to be here next year. And Flanagan, Katic and Davis, the 3 boys I think he was talking about, and every one of them, last 4 games, given a chance, they've not been dropped out yet because they've not made a mistake. I
really like the balance that we've now found in the midfield as well. When Davis came in, maybe we were playing him too far forward, and he's not got the legs that he once had. Not everybody, but a lot of people were expecting Stephen Davis to come in and be the player he was when he before he left, which was a
box maestro,
box fucking attacking midfield, like superb player, still a superb player, but now dropping back. Ryan Jack, Glenn Kamara are doing all his running for him. When he gets the ball, he's not tired, he's nice and controlled, and he's doing really, really well in that midfield. And that balance that we found right now, I'm loving it. I'm loving the link-up play from Arfield and Defoe. Brilliant. That's another thing. That's a question I want to ask you, actually. Going forward, does Morelos come right back at the starting 11? Big-ass question. Does he come straight back in, or does he need to work his way back in there?
Well, I think he's got to work it, because what kind of message do you send to the team if he's been given another chance? You know what I mean? He just comes walking back in. And I think it'd be a wrong message to send to Morelos as well, because we really, really needed him in that game. He had made 4 mistakes previously, got in trouble. We really needed him for that. It was all built up. He knew the pressure on him. He got involved in something silly. Ended up costing us again overall in the game. Even though we played well, we played better with 11. I think it's fair to say. And Jermaine Defoe, like I said, if Gerrard's saying's true, what he said since the first day he's walked in, that if you earn the jersey, it's up to you to keep it. Has Defoe put one foot wrong since he's been in? For me,
he's been absolutely amazing.
No, he's been involved in, I think it was 14 goals, as in goals and assists, and 16 appearances, and they aren't all starts. There's only 10 of them starts. Like, really? That's frightening.
I agree with you, CJ. I think that Morelos does need to
earn it.
He needs to earn it, man.
Yeah.
Or like going forward, maybe in the new season, we find a new system that fits possibly the both of them if Morelos obviously stays beyond the summer.
Yeah, that's going to be a question. I just think this talk, we need to get Morelos in. Like, nobody walks into a Rangers team. You know what I mean? There's nobody like that. You've got to earn it every single... It doesn't matter how good you are or where you've been. Even back in, like, the 90s and everything with the highlights and all the players, they still had to earn it then. And all this talk, we need Morelos, he needs to come in. As soon as he's ready, he'll be back in. That's not the Rangers way. You've got to earn it. And I think that'll teach him in the long run as well. Because this is the first time, obviously, the PR agency and everything spoke to him and said, right, you need to file an apology here because you fucked up badly. You know what I mean? That was obvious what that was. Or he'd have said it the 4 other times, you know what I mean? Yeah. Gerrard kind of came out and blasted him. So I think this will be a wee bit of a culture shock. Sit him on the bench a couple of times, get him hungry, make him learn, then he'll come back a better football player for us next year. or wherever he moves on, and I think it'll help him because he's a fantastic player. Let's be fair.
He is, and it's nothing personal against him. This is just football, and you're right. This is the Rangers way. Nobody just deserves a jersey. Nobody at all. Jermaine Defoe's 7th most high scorer in the English Premier League, and he's sitting behind Alfredo Morelos up until his bad disciplinary record. But nobody just walks into a Rangers team, especially when there's a player like Defoe right now banging in the goals. You need to work for it.
Let's be fair, when we got Jermaine Defoe, obviously he's tremendously talented. He's on a very high wage that I know Bournemouth's paying the majority of it. But you look at that, you say, oh, he must go straight into the starting 11. Yes, he did play the one game versus Kilmarnock, but he's had to wait and earn his chance as well. So why is Alfredo Morelos any different? Like, every single position's up for grabs. Just look at Joe Worrell and Katic. I went Katic, then Worrell. Now Worrell kind of started slipping the last couple, and then Katic has been given a chance. Now he's number one. Now it's up to Worrell to earn it whenever he's given another chance. It's the Rangers way, isn't it?
That's it, mate.
So that's how I'd answer that question. Now, for me, it's got to be Jermaine Defoe. In the future, next year, like you said, great player, 2 up front. Buying this formation's just working wonders. Why? If it ain't broke, then he fix it. You know what I mean? Just leave it. Just leave it and let it work.
We tried to change it after it was working, after we beat Celtic, and it went wrong, you know.
Badly, yeah.
Went badly wrong, so I reckon we just keep it the same till the end of the year.
Absolutely, mate. So that's been great. That's kind of the game. Obviously, the goal scorers, by the way, were Ryan Jack, who scored a wonderful composed finish.
Touch on the goals then as well. Let's talk us through the Jack one, man, because I know you're a big fan of him.
Oh, the Jack stuff. I mean, you've got to give Candace a lot of credit as well, because I didn't think he started the game overly well, but I think that assist actually kind of calmed him down and he got better as the game went on. But the fact that Ryan Jack is making a late run into the box, perfectly timed, takes a touch and it shows a composed finish. I'm like, what an improvement. You talk about Halliday's improvement, everything, which is rightly so. But what about Jack? He came in here as a destroyer. Some of the Rangers fans were like, oh, he'll be a bit bad player. He's just a break-up player. Now he's getting more further forward. And fucking some finish, by the way.
Great finish.
Oh, buzzing, mate.
The best part about it, but was his celebration. See, because like he doesn't know what he doesn't have a clue what to do in those situations, and puts it in an absolute belter, and he's away trying to do the celebration that he'd done before. He just runs. He's buzzing, mate. Then he realises, I mean, that wasn't as big a goal as that last one. Just got to do a wee slide. Just did a slide, and he's like in the middle of the park doing a slide, man. I love it. I love Ryan Jack, man. Great finish for him. And then obviously Big Katic as well gets his goal.
A wonderful cross by Candace. I know the ball was moving, but that's because the grund's fucking like that at the corner. Let's be fair. But the pass into Candace with a wonderful cross. Katic gambles, and that's what happens. If you gamble inside the box and you go back post, 9 times out of 10 it'll go there.
That was a training ground move as well. 100%. 100%. Because if you see Glenn Kamara, he pulls off to the back post, takes the man in, then he pulls away. Katic goes round the back, shot corner, and it's in the net.
Bang. To touch on Jack as well, I don't know if you saw what Gerard said just the other day. He says, for me, Ryan Jack's been my most consistent midfield player since the day I walked into now. He's his number one right now. He doesn't understand why he's not getting Scotland caps and why he's not being capped more this season, because for him, he's been his best midfield player. I just wanted your thoughts on that. Why do you think Ryan Jack doesn't get a sniff in this great Scotland squad that gets beat off Kazakhstan?
I know. I mean, McTominay can't even get a game, you know, and he's starting against Barcelona at the Nou Camp and PSG away in front of John McGinn. So, what chances did Ryan Jack got in getting in there in front of those kind of players? I think he should be in there in front of a player like Graham Shinney.
Yeah.
Although I do rate Graham Shinney, I think he should be in there in front of him. I don't think if Ryan Jack goes to the Scotland squad, he necessarily starts because, well, he could, because obviously they've not played as well. So in rotation, but generally he's probably not going to be the starter. He would need to work for that as well. But I don't understand it myself. I think he should be in the squad. I think he's been an outstanding player for us this season. And I don't fully understand it myself. Obviously, I think he called up once or twice, and that was actually due to a call-off for one of the
because 5 people dropped out and then they came to Jack. No wonder he can't be fuck off.
I know.
Aye.
It is what it is, though, innit, man? Fuck it.
And the sort of long run.
I feel for him, but because obviously that's a big achievement for you to get into your national squad, and I think he deserves it.
So many people I know, because whenever I talk about Scotland, I always get, why do you talk about Scotland? Fuck Scotland, I care about Scotland, blah, 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 and all this, like, Tartan Blue Boys. But when you see Ryan Jack's interview when he did get his cap, did you see how happy he was? He said this is a massive moment for his family. And Rangers boys want to play in the country, and for me, they deserve to actually play. Gareth Southgate's doing like a thing in England. It's based on form, not names. Like, Scotland should be doing that now. You know what I mean? For many, many years, England picked names, and it never quite worked out. They got to a semi-final, talk about the group he want, but he picked boys that was in form. If Scotland go down that route, I think Jack should and deserves to be there anyway.
Hudson and Doy started for England in the last match, and he hadn't even started for Chelsea yet.
Yeah.
So they're making good moves down there. I think that Scotland could learn a lot from that. Absolutely. And potentially even we could look at their model of progressing the under-21s coach up.
Upwards,
you know, because he's been there and he knows the setup. Obviously, you probably know the players as well. And potentially that could work. Malky Mackay, I don't fancy him in the slightest. Not at all.
Not a chance. You can keep that yourself. Keep it.
Do I touch that with a shitey stick, mate?
So basically, that's us all talked about the games. All that's left is the prestigious goal of the week, mate. Who you go? Let's see some comments in there as well. Who makes your goal of the week? For me, I'm going to go first this week, Div. As much as I love the Rangers goals, and everyone knows I'd happily pick Ryan Jack, but if I'm actually being fair, it has to be that Livingston goal. The passing, how many passes, the fact that they were so unselfish, the 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, all the way around to even passed it around the goalie. You know what I mean? It wasn't the whole team. And then passed it around the goalie. Unbelievable goal, and that's showing that Scottish football can actually play football. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just what shit. Just before you answer, mate, sorry, shout out to Andy Taker. He donated £2. He said he thinks Celtic are holding out to try and win it at Ibrox, which I don't think they would actually risk doing that. Your opinion on that, Dev, for the goalie?
A goal of the week or the holding out thing?
I think we all know the holding out. It's just Lennon being pushed.
Pretty much. I have to agree with you. It's got to be a Livingston goal.
Hey, we're finally agreed.
It's got to be, like, we've already spoke about it earlier on the show. What a goal, and if that happens anywhere else, everybody's ranting and raving. It's got to be Livingston. But the other goal, if I had to pick another one, obviously we had a lot of good goals, but I really liked the free kick from Tanser and the St Johnstone one. So if I have to pick a separate one from you, I'll go with that.
Tidy. Well, let's see if anyone else. Some people are saying the Katic goal, maybe because of the cross in it. That's completely fair. Rangers fan Yabam writes in the Livingston goal. Someone writes Celtic's goal, and then he goes, "Oh wait, sorry." Right. Well done. Well done. So let's finish up with the old prediction-ons. Let's get back into the mix, mate. And I'll message Ryan and I'll see if Celtic didn't drop points versus Kelly. He'll probably turn up and tell us what he went for. So, ready to start?
Absolutely.
And while we're actually giving our opinions, by the way, make sure you're getting your predictions out and I'll read them out in the video. So first up is Celtic at Celtic Park versus Kilmarnock. A massive, massive game. Div, who you got and why?
I think that it'll be a 1-0 narrow win to Celtic. And that's
I was a lot more confident until they got 3 of their first team players sent off.
Pretty much, aye. Pretty much. It would not surprise me if it's a 0-0, but Celtic have been done well against Kilmarnock this season at home. And Kilmarnock, I mean, just look at them, man. Just look at them. I think that they'll get the win. 1-0.
Right, I'm going to get slaughtered for saying this, right? And I know they've got loads of people sent off, but I'm actually going to go with a score draw, like 1 each. And I think because Clarke, he's begging for the Celtic job, you know what I mean? I think he'll be very, very motivated. And because some of these maybe flair players like McKenzie's at the team, I think he'll put just shithouse bricks in there. You know what I mean? Boys, it's just going to go in there. I think he's going to pack it, maybe even 5 at the back. I think it's going to be an old-fashioned. I believe they will get a goal for a set piece because Celtic still look a bit shaky there. And yeah, Celtic will score. So I think it's actually going to finish 1-1, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And no, I'm not being a fan, Dan. I was right last week, okay? That's what I'm saying. Right, let's see what people's had to say. Chaz Moff writes in Celtic 2-0. I hope you're wrong. James Lewis writes in 1-1. Josh C gives 1-1. Ben Cassidy writes in 1-0 to Kilmarnock, please. Actually, 1-1's getting a lot of love here, mate. I'm rating it.
It wouldn't surprise me, mate. It would not surprise me if there was a draw in the match.
And I'll scroll up and I'll scroll back down. I'll stop it right there. And the last one we'll read out from that game comes from Kevin, and he says Celtic 3-1. Fights for ruining my weekend, Kev. Appreciate that, buddy. Right, moving on to the next game then. We've got Hamilton at home versus Livingston, and I'll start this one off. I'm going to back Livy to bounce back. I think Kelly will have a great game. I'm going to go for 1-0 Livingston win.
I'm going to echo that. I think it'll be 1-0. Short and sweet.
Short and sweet. That short and sweet, no one's even put up. They're still talking about the Celtic game. And they go, right, we'll come back to it, don't worry. Right, Motherwell versus Dundee. You've got Gogsey versus Kenny Miller. I'll start this one. I'll go with, Jesus. I think it's going to be 9 losses in a row for Dundee. I think it's going to be 2-0 to Motherwell.
Oh my God, mate, I'm going 2-0 as well.
Yes!
Dundee, I'll give you a longer opinion this time so everybody can get involved in the comment section. Dundee are shite, aren't they?
Oh, you bastard. I just spat Lucas in there, Rocky.
Sorry, Rocky boy. Rocky
boy.
And Dundee, poor team, aren't they? And Motherwell have got the players to punish them. 2-0.
Well, thanks for that. Rocky just looking at me like...
There's only one winner, isn't there, when Gogsey steps up against Kenny Miller? We all know who it is.
He's faster than him at least. Right, so let's read out some people's opinion on the Livingston game as well. Just very briefly. Billy Key writes in Levy will win 2-0. James Cuthbertson writes in 3-0. And Leslie Porter writes in goalless. But in the Motherwell game, we've actually got a lot of people getting involved. Kevin writes in 3-0 to Well. King Loudrop says, you advertising Lucasade now? Yes, I am. That's the old sponsor break. And Kyle Gaiman 21 writes 3-1 to Kelly. Livy. Sorry.
What? I was like, what?
I know. I was like, he's in front of us. Right. St Mirren versus St Johnstone. The battle of the Saints. So who you got and why?
I am going to go for a 1-0 win to St Johnstone. Although St Mirren, I know, I'm going to go against myself here. Although St Mirren obviously have had a good win, I think St Johnstone will sneak a goal and they'll hold on to it and they'll take the win.
I like that, mate. You can what I'm going to do.
You'll love that, don't you?
Oh, I'd love it. I'm going to go St Johnstone 1-0 win versus St Mirren. St Mirren to just go down there. This is it. They've got their good win out there. They played well, but this is the time, lads. Back me. I'm right with this one. I've seen it. I've got the sports almanac. Right. Read out some of the people's opinion as well. Kevin Innes writes in 4-1 to Saints. Really, Kev? Yeah. That's another Kevin blocking. Billy K writes in St Johnstone 2-0. And James Hunter writes in 0-0, 2 missed penalties. That's usually the St Johnstone way, innit? That's usually. Well done. That's a long-time viewer. Shout out to him. But the next game will be the Edinburgh Derby. Woofed. Yeah. Hibernian versus Hibs. I'll start this one. I'm actually going to go... Oh, no. I was going down a dark road there. I went, nah, pull the brakes on that. Let me come back.
Skirt.
Sorry, Hearts. I'm going to go 2-0 to Hibs. Genuinely. I think they're just playing really well, especially at home. 2-0.
I actually think it'll be 3-0 to Hibs. Wow. I think they'll roll it. I think they'll do them like good old Rogering, you know. I think they'll...
Wee Roger?
They'll Roger them. I think Hibs are too good for Hearts right now. Hearts are poor, right? Like, very bad at the moment.
Wait, did I say Hibs versus Hibs? Oh, everyone's ripping the piss.
Did you? I thought he says Edinburgh Derby.
What is that?
Maybe I just missed it.
Probably. It's hot in here, all right? It's hot.
Fucking hot everywhere. That's why you're not wearing any trousers today.
No, that 90% of it, just nothing underneath there. Every video, mate. Now you know the secret is out. Just t-shirts. That's how we rock it at this place.
Just don't get excited during any of the episodes, man. You know.
That's why I can't live stream. In case I need the toilet, I stand up and forget.
Oh, mate.
Have you ever seen Ace Ventura when he climbs at the rhino? And he's just like, oh, that's like me whenever I finish a video when I've got the light on. I'm just
move on to that.
Brilliant. So, we'll read out a couple of people his opinion on the Hibs versus Hearts game. Chaz writes in Hibs 2, Hearts 1, the old classic. Jamie 69 says Hibs 5. Hibs 2. Well done. Thank you. But Born, the other people writes in. He got me.
He'd be going you there, like, he picks you right up and then
just takes me right down. Hibs 4, Hearts now. Jesus. Is anyone picking Hearts just to try and make it a wee bit fit? Wow, no one is. 3-1 Hibs, 3-1 Hibs, 2-1 Hibs. All right, there's more Hibs versus Hibs. Right, no one. I can't see one person to pick Hearts, mate. That's a surprise. Really didn't expect that. And the last game that you'll have to give your opinion on, obviously, because I'll won't until the day before. You can find it on my channel prediction video. That will be Aberdeen versus Rangers, mate.
Wow.
Yeah, big boy, big time, big boy pants.
I think that it will be a 2-0 win to Rangers.
Do you mean Defoe would score against Aberdeen?
Aye, I think so.
Wow.
I hope so. He already got one, didn't he, up there? Or was it 2?
To silence. To silence.
It's 1 now. I think he'll score again. I think Rangers will win 2-0. I hope so, man. Fuck's sake. Probably because there's no pressure on them that they will actually deliver the win now. Because in the other games, I think we should have got the win and just, we're shite in the day.
I'm not going to give you my opinion or anything like that. The only thing I will say is it's going to be interesting to see Rangers play a different way against Aberdeen. Obviously, we had the Sadiq scenario, but we've always played like Aberdeen's kind of a blunt instrument at the back. You know, again, you've got McKenna, the other boys, the big Devlin and all that. They're big physical. We've put Morelos up there. But now we've got Jermaine Defoe's movement. And it's going to be interesting to see how McKenna actually tracks it. Is he really an £8 million player? Is he clever enough to follow Defoe when you've not got Morelos just backing in and being in the same place? It's going to be very, very interesting to see what actually happens in the match. But let's jump over and read some of the people's opinion. True Blue 72 writes in 1-0 Rangers, hat-trick for Wallace. Brilliant. Darryl Hughes writes in 3-0 Rangers. Blue Bears writes in 3-1 Rangers. David Rowley writes in 3-2 Rangers. And the last one we'll read out comes from Kevin Innes. Writes in Rangers 7, Aberdeen 2. Being serious, reckon we will absolutely smack them. Jesus.
He's going for it.
Cam down Akon. Get it? Smack that. That's one. There it is. So that's us all done and dusty for this week's episode. I apologise, there's only 2. Normally we try and keep it a bit more balanced, but I thought we've done all right, mate. You know what I mean? Carried the show for Specky Bam that doesn't turn up when his points drop, and then you've got fucking Gogs here. I don't care where he is, to be fair.
I think he potentially is at the Motherwell Reserves Cup final.
He's probably playing.
Probably.
I've just signed Hasty. He's signed that to replace him.
Aye, boom. There we go. I'm actually quite proud that we managed to get to about an hour because it was only 2 yesterday. So, well done, CJ.
Thanks, mate. Well done to you too, sir. Want to tell them where they can find you on the internet, bro?
You can find me youtube.com/sharpdiv or sharpdiv on Instagram and sharpdiv7 on the old Twitter.
There we are, ladies and gentlemen. I've been Sieging Over 92. If you are new around here, make sure you be hitting that subscribe button. Also, in the links to the description, you will see a link to a charity football game that myself and Mr. Sharp Div will be involved in June the 8th. Come and watch, come raise money, and hopefully we remain 2-0, mate. You know what I mean? Hopefully we're still undefeated. See this connection.
Never ever said this in my life, but I'm hoping that Celtic get a positive result the week or a couple of weeks beforehand going into it so that Ryan actually shows the fuck up.
Oh, no. Can you imagine if Helicopter Sunday happens? He'll fucking pull out the charity event. You'll never see him again, sir.
That guy will fuck off, man. He will. I will see him again. All right.
South Scarf writes in, is there any tickets left? Yes, there is. The links for that's down there, mate. Go and buy your tickets. Again, the proceeds will be for Sam H, which is a mental health/suicide prevention charity. Very, very serious. Great cause. So, again, every penny will be going towards the 2 charities. But yeah, let's wrap up today's video, mate. That's been an hour long. I've been Sieging Over 92. That's been Sharp Div. Thank you for watching, and boo.